Hi everyone, I'm Rosemary, and in this video I have something a little bit different. I'm going to be making a kitchen organization center from a repurposed piece of furniture that a friend of mine was gifted, and in turn would like to gift to a friend of hers who is just starting out and can use some furniture pieces, especially those for a small space that are multi-purpose and provide storage. Now, we weren't exactly sure what this was before, but I'm thinking it might have been some type of printer stand, since it has holes in the back for electronics, but it's too tall and narrow to be a TV stand. Now, since my friend's friend is really in need of some kitchen storage, I thought we can transform this into a kitchen organization center. Now, one of the things I noticed right away about this stand was that it had a pronounced ledge here at the bottom of the stand in the front. And again, I don't know what this was for, but I did have an idea as to what I could do with it. So the first thing I wanted to do though was to turn that ledge around so that it faced the back of the stand. And so I turned it upside down and then just unloosened those screws there at the bottom and turned the piece so that that ledge was now in the back. And then I refastened each of the screws. Next, I removed that cardboard backing, and here you can see the back of the cart with that ledge now in the back. In order to add some organization options, I wanted to add a new pegboard back to the cart. And so I picked up this 2-foot by 4-foot pegboard at Lowe's for $9.99. In order to fit my design, I did have to make some cuts in the pegboard. Now, unfortunately, I lost all of my power tools in the flood, so I did have to resort to a utility knife and just snapping off with scoring it and then snapping off with pliers. However, if you do have access to a jigsaw, I would highly recommend that. And then once the cuts were made, it was time to spray paint with some black spray paint. And I also wanted to include this towel holder from the Dollar Tree, as well as the hooks for the pegboard. And then in addition to the pegboard hooks pictured there, I also picked up this 20-piece set for just $5.99 at Walmart. And that has to be the best price I've seen for these pegboard hooks. On the other side of the cart, I wanted to add a spice rack, so I figured I could make one out of this crate that I believe I got as a gift many years ago, and it's just been hanging around, along with this lid from an IKEA toy box from when I used to make custom toy boxes many moons ago, and I thought it would make a perfect top for the cart. But it is a little short, so I'm going to need a piece of trim, and I'm going to stain all 3 of these with Minwax Golden Pecan stain. And then once the stain was dry, I coated each with polyurethane. To add some storage bins to the cart, I found these great little wood crates at IKEA for just $5.99. Now I'm also going to stain these with the Golden Pecan stain and then top them with some polyurethane. To attach the towel holder, I needed to remove the top of the cart. And in order to do that, I had to unlock these lock screws. And I did that by just turning them to the left, and then the top pops right off. Then I can lift the lid, insert the holder, and then just put the top back in place and tighten the screws. Also hanging around my house were these adorable spice jars, which fit perfectly in the crate. Now they did need a little holder to make sure that they didn't fall out, and so I'm going to cut this paint stick and stain it and then attach it to the front. To attach, I added some Titebond glue on the sides as well as a little tack nail. Next, I'm going to drill some holes in the back slats so that I can attach the crate to the cart. And then I added some glue to the back of the crate before attaching it to the cart with some screws. And I did have to make sure that the screws were not, too long so that they didn't pop through to the other side of the cart. To attach the wood top to the top of the cart, I used both E6000 and Titebond glue, which just fell into the glue right before this shot. But I figured with this dynamic duo, this top isn't going anywhere. Next, I weighted down the top with some books and paint cans. And by the way, if I was going to paint this laminate piece of furniture, I would have used this product here in the middle called Sticks from Benjamin Moore. There are other products that create great base coats for painting laminate. This is one of my favorites, so I thought I'd mention it here in this piece. Then it was time to attach the pegboard back, and so I did that with some screws there along the top as well as down the sides. And now these screws were 1.5 inch, and I think they were like a number 6 or something, very thin. So want to make sure as to not break through or splinter the wood in any way. And then once the pegboard was attached, I was able to go back to the front and add my piece of trim that I had stained earlier, and I applied it with some Titebond glue and then clamped it in place until it was dry. To add a finishing touch around the edges of the pegboard, I decided to go ahead and use some of these bamboo skewers from Dollar Tree to add some trim to the pegboard. I again stained the pieces with the golden pecan stain and then glued them and clamped them in place until dry. And now here you can see the finished project and how cute everything came together, including those adorable wood crates from IKEA that have been stained and varnished to match the other wood on the piece. And then of course we have the little spice rack to the one side and the towel holder to the other. But wait, there's more. Because of that little ledge in the back, we were able to create additional storage space in the back, including this little bungee here, which I will show you in a moment. And now here you can see the cart all decked out in one of the many possible configurations. And then in the back, there's plenty more storage for items like pots and pans, baking items, several different things that you can place here along the back. And then if you recall from the beginning of the video, that little ledge there on the bottom is perfect for storing baking pans, cutting boards, items like that. And then you can use a bungee cord to hold them all in place. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this Kitchen Organization Center repurposed transformation. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to give a big thumbs up, and please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this type of video and would like to see more. If you would like to see some of my other DIY videos, I have included a couple of links here. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.